Yeah, I've been thinking. Yeah, I've been thinking. Yeah, majority of the people, gave up. Majority of the people gave up on themselves. Gave up on themselves. Like they hope. They hope. I guess that because the hope. She like that's the that's the DNA strands with the H and the O. She like that's going back into the womb. But like yes, but like yeah, they gave up on the hope. She like they get to a certain level and they think they know it all. Then they start hating on the ones that get granted them that information. They act like that that the person that the person that came in their life at the right time to help them out to get them on the right path. They act like that you don't have nothing to do with their growth. But it ain't about that. But it's about the Most High Spirit. You like giving information. To the being. As a righteous being. Of all as humanity. To get grafted back in the family. But most people get to a certain level as ego. Then they start hating, and that's why that's why everything have to be like a spiritual boot camp. A spiritual boot camp is it's needed. On this lower realm, because like everything that these so-called government agencies run as. It comes from them secret tablets. Them secret tablets, how they run civilization and certain military force of arm, because because like as ancient beings we had a military force as well. We already we had as well as like soldiers or warriors. That's on guard. Just as far as like look out for lawlessness. When they come close, they get attacked. They get attacked as far as like the defense or a magnetic shield. So like we always had defense mechanisms around with the military, they have like certain levels of growth, and you have to go through like an initial test. I think it's like probably like 5 to 6 months. 5 to 6 months. I'm not sure, but you go through like a certain fitness test to see if you ready to cross on that other side. And that's how it is as far as like the most high ways of life put you to a certain test. But like if you continue to fail them tests over and over and over and over and over, after a certain amount of times, the Most High is gonna call you a useless eater and throw you to the garbage, because you can't learn from your mistakes. You can't learn from your old ways, and you can't crank up your electric lights and see right from wrong. And that's what like the Most High Spirit helping you out with the breath of life, with the photonic light of the sun, and all of the messages and prophets that came before that you can research, and all of the ancestors that fought for us, learning that's what like right from wrong and what's righteousness. And that and that's what it's like if somebody can't get that as far as like common sense and get and and detach from the bullshit way of bullshit, not bullshit, because bullshit fertilizes and make stuff grow. But but as far as like be shit or basic shit, because like it's sick, it's bosh sick, it's sick to the body. So like all this other stuff, and that's why we have to take away and take away, and that's take away all of the bullshit and lawless that we have done in our life, and forgive ourselves and move forward and appreciate all of the good things that happen to our life and move forward. With the information that we have, and learn right knowledge when it comes to you, because it's a blessing. It's a blessing for it to even appear in your life. As a warning for you to get grafted back into the family. But a whole lot of people uh, 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 turn the other cheek and see the blind eye, because like they think they're gonna be treated a certain type of way when they become a more when they become a more. And a whole lot of people, when they come up out of sports, they start shoot the more enslaved Africans, and that's that little group of dirty Moors making the Moors a bad name. That's what's like. It's always dirty apples on a tree. But like they perishing, and the seeds from them apples, they get fertilized from the earth. As well as like to keep them balanced and to wash away all of the bad things, so they can grow anew as a good and a purified seed, that's been grown. So like yeah, bad people did something in the past. But don't group them as a whole because the Moors came from the immortals. Most people should be afraid to be a Moor. Most people don't even want to be a Moor. They want to be black, well, with the black power, but they don't even want to read a book. And go to the index. Books that's past 1975 when they started bridging the things and altering and diluting it, watering it. Now they drying it up because they took the ancestral force out. That's was like when the water was pure because like the origin of the word is the real water and the life force of the seed of the word. So like they took that out and they dropped it up, took it to the surface level, and they don't want to. And they took the water out, they took the ancestral force out, and most people dried up, calling themselves black, which is dead, and they don't want to be a Moor, which Moor in Sumerian means land or marsh, which filled with water. So it's the water. It's going back to the water and the mother, because water, like if you see water to turn the W to an M, that's mater or mother. It's going back to the womb, because the womb is water. The vesicle Pisces, the Pisces. The Pisces, the two fish, but it look exactly like a womb. Everything is centrifugal. That's why I don't see why these people be called the Earth flat. But that's another story. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, so everything is spiritual boot camp to get grafted to the family. And if you fail certain lessons, you will get left behind. The Most Highs don't have time for weak souls that have weak vessels. That have weak vessels because like when you have a weak vessel, you probably have faith in the Most High, know about the Most High, but as well as like strong faith and will and dedication to keep moving forward and to up your body and keep growing and evolving and metamorphosing. Like a butterfly every day. Every day as well as like to keep on growing and never be stagnant because like when you be stagnant, you become a rodent or you become a parasite that don't even know the better and gave up on life. So they chase out the scraps and now want to live up to the luxury of life and eat the superfruits that came from from the sun, from the sun, or from the equator, because everything equal and leveled there. It's aqua, water, but it's equal. It's equal as far as like balance, and it's balanced with everything as far as like balance. Of the two hemispheres of the brain because like it's the head. It's the head of the earth. But like but anyway, it's all about a spiritual boot camp. Most people don't when tests approach you, see them, peep game, see them out and never and learn from your lesson from their mistake, and that's what's like and take that as far as like wisdom, write it down, burn it if you have to put it into the ethers or even keep it in your notebook as well as your growth to keep telling your growth and how far you came and let that bullshit go and keep moving forward. Because like if you can't imagine yourself out of hell, you will not get out of hell. If you can't imagine yourself out of bondage, you cannot get out of bondage. If you imagine yourself getting beat down in the street and you lesser, then somebody that came later and that's paler than you, and even if you pale, even if you pale, she like you still part of the family when you get back right and get back grafted to the family and become more than you ever can be when you come home to nature, because we love you. When you come home to nature, when you come home to the Most High, when you come home to the ancestral elders, and when you come home to natural foods that get grown from the sun fire. So like yes, it's all about the spiritual boot camp. It's all about the spiritual boot camp and passing the lessons, and when you see the lessons, see them for what it is, but never neglect them and always appreciate them, but at the same time never fall and keep on falling. Get up and keep moving forward just like keep moving forward. Just like the movie Meet the Robinsons. It's a cartoon movie. Like that dude. The dude. He was adopted. They both adopted. They was adopted at the orphanage. But like the dude. I forgot his name. But like dude with the glasses. He was always creative. He was always inventive. He was always moving with his mind, and that's what was like his thinking, his free thinking. He was a genius. He was a genius because he was one with his genius. But anyway, he was always creating a whole lot of technology to win to win appreciation from certain people that was gonna see him to adopt him. But like he kept messing up with the little project and stuff like that, and like certain people didn't want him because like like with the interview, certain technology became faulty because you gonna make mistakes, but he kept trying, and he kept moving forward through the will, and he already know that he can be better, but like he got adopted to to this wonderful family because like he saw that with his mind through imagination of what his family was going to be like. But and he already and through that he traveled into the future and already saw what how his family going to be like even before like he even get to that level. So so like yeah, but like that's what like his other roommate all he want to do is sleep, be on his ass lazy, got stagnant. She like he grew up, he grew up to the to the point, to the point that like that he gave up on his life. He gave up on his life. So like he hijacked the teleportation machine from the person that was keep moving forward. Kept interacting with the righteous thing. He want to steal from this project because like he didn't want to get up off his ass and do it himself. And that's what these demons doing. They go digging up graves, digging up ancient artifacts from the people that was using their mind, using their magnetic particles within their mind and reasoning on a higher Christ-like level. And that's what's like always learning, genius, scientists, ancient scientists, being one with themselves, being one with the most out of elements. And like these people always want to steal because like they don't want to do the due diligence and walk the right path themselves. They don't want to walk the right path themselves. They always want something fast. They always want something in a snap of instant gratification. Well, without hard work and due diligence, and that's why they have lack of humility. So like when they get certain things, they leave them fast, or they go into like a certain calamity because like they ain't appreciate what they even have. They always want more and more and more and more and more instead of appreciating the breath of life that they even have to give them that. So 13 love, 13 wisdom, 13 knowledge, and 13 respect. Yeah, and everything is spiritual boot camp. You have to learn your lessons. This is like a little inclination about the spiritual boot camp that I want to talk about. But like this ain't nowhere what I really want to talk about. It's certain puzzle pieces that you can use for clarity. In your own life. But like because like yeah, we all here as puzzle pieces. That's what's like a stem of the tree, and we reaching out to the sun to get the photonic light to send the information back to the root. 13 love.